Let's head back to the voicemail of Truth and Reason.
Hi, Dave. Great show. Howard from Marin County. Really happy that both my teams, the Buckeyes and the Browns, won. Deshaun Watson looks fantastic, although I do think the line still needs some improvement. I think DeJuan looks great, but the line definitely needs some work. The defense is fantastic. I don't know if I'd call them the 1985 Bears, Buddy Ryan. I don't know if we'll do that yet, but if they can beat Baltimore and they can beat San Francisco, then I'll start talking like I'm seeing a reincarnation of the 85 Bears and Buddy Ryan. Thanks a lot. Have a nice day. Nice to be happy for a change. Bye.
As always, appreciate all the voicemails. Scott, when you look at it, there will be 3 3-0 teams after tonight. You got the Dolphins, either the Buccaneers or the Eagles will be 3-0, and the 49ers are 3-0. So in spite of what was a disappointing loss, and Browns are right where they had hoped to be.
Yeah, I mean, it's a long season, right? You got to keep stacking them. You got to hope you avoid any more major injuries. If they can beat Baltimore on Sunday, I don't think anybody would ask for more than 3-1 and 2-1 in the division heading into that early bye week. I know it could have been better with the Steelers, like you mentioned, but that's reasonable. You lose games in this league, you shouldn't lose. So that's why it's a big one Sunday, but it's a long season, and I just think we've seen by now that the Browns have enough talent to be in a bunch of these games and to be in this conversation throughout the year. Then it comes down to matchups on a given Sunday, play calls on a given Sunday, execution, right? Does Watson make the right play? Do they turn it over? Those things are going to be the difference, in my opinion, but whether or not they make the playoffs, whether or not they win the North or don't, because I think that they will be in the mix, and they should be in the mix all year long.
Yeah, and so Jake Trotter tweets this out. So the Browns are plus 41 in the point differential through 3 games. Only the 89 Browns were plus 58, had a better start in the Super Bowl era. The other thing about that is 14 of those, about 12, not 14, of the points were on the 2 defensive touchdowns that were given up by them. And they didn't win the turnover. They haven't won the turnover battle yet, and they're still 2-1.
Yeah, I think the turnover thing is key. They've only gotten 2 takeaways, and those were in the first quarter against Pittsburgh. Yet they continue to get off the field, right? Like Myles Garrett on Friday said, the next step is for us to score. Well, in order to score, you need to get more of those turnovers. You figure with the way the defense is playing, those will come in bunches. A lot of guys around the league feel it. That's how it happens. They do come in bunches. Now, they're not on the field for a bunch of plays, so that limits the opportunity, right? If you're only out there for 48 plays, there's less chance for you to take the ball away. But I do feel like they're set up to do that. I don't think there's any reason to believe this defense is going to fall apart. Now, they might have tough matchups, right? The Ravens are going to be a tough matchup because Lamar Jackson's a tough matchup. The Niners are going to be good because they're really good. But there's a lot of reason to think that, hey, this defense is going to remain where it is. And point differential, that's one of the key stats every year to just how good a team is what their differential is.